Hello Lady Lifers, Ellie Young here, and I'm here to show you a quick, easy way to make a meal from frozen and seasonings. So I am of the school of cook once, eat twice. So first of all, we have our mixed vegetables, which are frozen, which is a really good way to remember that you can use it easy peasy. Another one that I froze earlier on, I made some rice, basmati rice, and this rice actually freezes better because it's your longer grain, a little more firm. Your regular rice does not freeze well. It comes out mushy, so just remember the type of rice. This is a little long grain that I had left over just from the other day. Cook once, eat twice. And then this is the rice unthawed. It has a little seasoning already in it, so sort of like a Spanish rice. So I had this in the freezer, rice, and this from a couple days, so I'm gonna mix the two. So you come home, quick, easy way. First of all, prepare your pan. If you are trying to do no oil, you can easily turn the oven on and use water. Just a little bit of water in there. And start, instead of spraying your oil. I use avocado oil. And instead of pouring it in, it works a lot better if you get a sprayer bottle and you can just spray it in. So, what I do is I spray. That much water is not gonna make a difference. A little oil in there. Get my frozen vegetables, dump them in there. It around. I like a lot of vegetables. Let's get a few more just to coat the bottom of the pan. While that's heating up, we can go into, these are some of the spices that I use. I have crushed pepper and I have cayenne pepper. If you don't like it hot or spicy, leave these two out. Then we have garlic powder. I use powder because it's not salty, it's just the powder. A little bit of that in. If you have high blood pressure or heart disease and you need to eat low sodium, it's a great way to have some seasoning without the salt. Another one, this is organic no salt seasoning from Costco. I use a little bit of that. And it has spices in it. Be generous in it because remember it doesn't have salt. I use just a tad of the garlic salt. Although I had the seasoning that it had no salt in it at all, a little bit of that, just a little. And then, this is really good, roasted garlic and herb, but it has salt in it. So I put just a tad of that at the very end, trying to keep it low sodium. And then, I stir fry the frozen vegetables with just a little bit of oil, or like I said, you can use water, or even better, you can use some broth. And the reason I do the vegetables first is because these are the only things, this is the only thing that actually is not already cooked. So in order to not overcook the rice, this is my regular leftover rice, basmati rice, I put that in there, mix it up. And then I add a little bit of my frozen rice. It had a little bit of seasoning in it as well. And the reason I add these at the very end so that it doesn't get mushy and overcooked. And mix that around as well. Now this is really quick. How long did that take me? 10 minutes? 5 minutes? This was left over. This was frozen. Left over. Had it been still thawed like this, and I just dumped it in there, it might have taken a little bit longer to cook, but this did not. You can also add tomatoes if you like. You like tomatoes. Sometimes I saute onion and put it in there as well. And just before it gets really done, I take a little bit of my roasted garlic salt, like I mentioned before. It's called a roasted garlic and herb, and sprinkle a little bit of it on top. Now in the summertime, as I do, I grow my herbs. I'll put a little oregano and fresh oregano and basil on that. Sprinkle a few little tomatoes on it, and we can call it a day. And we have our stir-fry vegetables ready to eat and go. So I will show you the end result with some added tomatoes in just one moment.